Welcome learners. Dear learners, you have learnt that what is the historical background of this integrated curriculum, and since past it was realized that subject should be studied in integrated form instead of in a fragmented or a segmented form. So now we will discuss about the concept of integrated curriculum, its a kind of advantages that a learner receives from this integrated curriculum. So an integrated curriculum is an educational methodology in which knowledge and skills involving more than one discipline are integrated to give learners a coherent learning experiences. So what is integrated curriculum? Integrated curriculum is a kind of association of one subject to another subject and studying, joining these two subjects as a one subject, and a kind of learning that we provide to our learners in a coherent way. So this coherent learning experiences helps the learner to understand the modalities or kind of a specific features of these all the subjects that have been integrated. It makes connections meaningful and focuses on the relevance of subjects to real life situations, elevating their interrelatedness. Already told you that interrelatedness helps the learner to understand that how far other subjects are essential to solve the life problem, or how the one subject is correlated with the another subject. So this integrated curriculum concept is that when you want to learn any concept, try to integrate it with the other discipline also and try to understand its roots, that how the concept was originated, how the concept was elaborated, and what is its utility in the life of human being. So it does not teach subjects in isolation, but encourages learners to think through large themes, issues or problems, calling for insights from more than one field. So similar message is here, that instead of making the knowledge as isolated, try to intercorrelate or interrelated knowledge is more beneficial in terms of change of behavior. The integrated curriculum promotes holistic development and helps the students see the big picture and apply their learning in practical interdisciplinary ways. So interconnected knowledge is also helpful to solve the students' problems by going through or by observing, by perceiving the problem as a whole. So this integrated curriculum is helpful in the sense that it provides insight into the problem to understand that what kind of components are here, how can we segregate this component and how can we join this component as a whole. So these components when joined all together, they present a kind of comprehensive picture of that particular problem. So definitions of integrated curriculum, Jacobs 1989. So now I will discuss the different definitions given by different educationists related to this integrated curriculum. So dear learners, try to understand what are the specific features of this particular integrated curriculum, because the definitions will give you a kind of clue that what are the specific features of that particular integrated curriculum. So the first definition is from Jacobs 1989. In this definition, an integrated curriculum focuses on connections between subjects and addresses them in a unified way, enabling students to construct knowledge across traditional boundaries. So, what are the specific feature of curriculum, this integrated curriculum? First is that connections between subjects. Second is that enabling student to construct knowledge across traditional boundaries. Instead of studying the subject as a fragmented form, join the one subject to the another, and it also addresses them in a unified way. So, this is the way in a one, joining all in a one, it is a unified way we study the integrated curriculum. Drake and Burns in 2004, integration in curriculum links concepts, skills and knowledge from multiple disciplines to help students deepen their understanding and apply learning to real world situations. So, in 2004, Drake and Burns also gave this definition, and they emphasize that integration in curriculum links concepts, skills and knowledge from multiple disciplines and to help students deepen their understanding and apply learning to real world situation. So, this kind of sharpening the skills and understanding the concept by studying the different disciplines and deepen the understanding and applying learning to real world situation. So, these is possible when in integration curriculum, when the students study the integration curriculum. Being in 1997, an integrated curriculum is organized around real world issues and problems rather than around subject area disciplines. So, in integrated curriculum, real world issues are given much more importance and problems rather than around subject area disciplines are considered, taken into account, and this integrated curriculum is organized in such a way that the real world issues can be solved, and with the help of studying the one subject and the another subject joining each other. Fogarty in 1991, curriculum integration involves merging the content of different subjects, fostering interdisciplinary understanding and enabling students to see relationships and patterns. So, the same kind of messages from this definition that we have already learnt. So, next is key features of integrated curriculum. One is the integrated curriculum is interdisciplinary in nature. It links knowledge across subjects. Second is student centered. It places the focus on learners' need and experiences. So, it is the specific feature of this integrated curriculum that it is not teacher centered, but it is student centered. It fosters the needs and it also enriches the experiences of the students. So, it places the focus on learners' needs and experiences. Theme based, often structured around broad real world themes. So, this theme based, that is it is around any broad structure, that is a broad level curriculum. Say for example, we are the students are studying the social science. So, social science consists of political science, economics and history, geography. So, combining these subjects we frame one social science. So, what it is? It is broad level curriculum. So, theme based broad level curriculum, it is Relevance highlights practical applications and real life connections. Collaborative, it inspires teamwork and collective exploration. Principles of integrated curriculum. Now, we have studied that what is the historical background of this integrated curriculum, what the definitions given by different educationists that explains the specific feature of integrated curriculum. Now we come to the principles of integrated curriculum. An integrated curriculum is shaped by a set of guiding principles to ensure it effectively encourages meaningful, connected and interdisciplinary learning. So, this kind of learning that students receives by studying the subject in integrated form, it encourages the students and the experiences received by the students are meaningful, connected with each other and also interdisciplinary. It is interdisciplinary in nature. These principles help frame learning experiences that are coherent, compelling and relevant to students' lives. The core principles of an integrated curriculum include: number 1, interdisciplinary connections. Learning must emphasize the connections among subjects, making visible how knowledge in each domain interlocks. Example, a project on climate change integrates science, environmental impact, geography, global effects and economics, sustainability practices. So, interdisciplinary connections means that a project on climate change is allow to study this science, geography, economics. These subjects are likely to be studied just to explain the phenomena of climate change. So, these all subjects are connected to each other and they explain the concept in a separate way, and in the another that why what are the environmental effect, why the environmental factors, what are the environmental factors that help to understand this climate change, what are the global effects, what are the global geographical barriers and what are the other challenges, and economics, that is a kind of sustainable practices. So, these all when we study all together, it gives the picture of integrated curriculum. Second one is relevance and real world application. Curriculum content should have relevance to the students' personal lives, experiences and the world at large. So, curriculum content should have certain kind of significance, certain kind of justification, that what kind of effect it has on the personality of the students and how far it is able to develop the holistic personality of the students. Learning becomes meaningful in actual solving of real world problems. So, the learning is meaningful when the real world problems are solved in such a way, connecting one knowledge to the another and getting the meaningful solution. Say for example, designing a budget for a community project teaches mathematical concepts. Say for example, a teacher is preparing a budget for a community project, then mathematics concepts are very essential for preparation of the budget. Economics is also essential for preparing a budget, because we are preparing this community project. So, the community factors that play a greater role in deciding the all kind of phenomena of the community, that should also be considered. So, explanation of on any knowledge needs understanding of different subjects, and that is why it is beneficial, it is fruitful to join these subjects one with another, so that a particular phenomena can be explained in better way. Student centered approach. Focus on the interests, needs and prior knowledge of the students. So, this is not the teacher centered, integrated curriculum is not the teacher centered, but it is student centered, and it gives importance to the interest, needs and prior knowledge of the students. Prior knowledge means what they have already studied. Promotes active participation, choice and involvement in learning. So, here active participation of the students, choices and their involvement in teaching learning, these all are required. Illustration, letting students choose themes or projects they are interested in inside the curriculum. So, students can choose the project as they want to do by joining one subject to another. Holistic development is the next point. Holistic development, it is about the mental, emotional, social and physical development of the learner. So, integration is also very essential for the development of holistic personality, for the all round development of the learner. So, mental, emotional, social and physical developments, these all can be take place with the help of integrated curriculum. Supports the development of a balanced personality also, that a kind of personality that is having all the views in a better way and having a kind of control over the senses and a kind of cool and peaceful mind and giving the suggestions. So, a balanced personality by integrating or joining the subject one to another, this gives the idea that that the holistic development and balanced personality is also are only possible when the student are passing through integration of one subject to another. Illustration, arts and physical education with science and technology to facilitate creativity and health. If the art is integrated with the physical education and the science and the technology, so arts makes the students creative, physical education makes the students muscles strong, science develops the critical thinking, technology develops a kind of presentation skills. So, when we are combining all together, when we are instructed the students, ultimately this is a holistic kind of personality. So, the integrated curriculum is really wonderful for all the learners. Experiential inquiry based learning, that is the fifth point. Facilitating hands-on, practical and exploratory activities. This is also the space in integrated curriculum. Learning is driven by questions, investigations and problem solving. So, these also having a kind of space that the student can ask the questions, student can investigate something, student can innovate something and student can solve the problem also. So, this is good for students. Example, unit of science and engineering with the students designed and built prototypes. So, science and engineering combining with all together and a unit is developed. So, it will be meaningful for the students. Flexibility and adaptability, it is the point number 6. The curriculum must be flexible to the shifting needs and interest of students and society. So, it should be flexible to the need and interest of the students as well as the society, because this curriculum provide a kind of a space to the learners that what kind of choices he has, what kind of interest he has. So there is no rigidity, you have to follow these steps, you have to go here, you have to go there. No, whatever you want, you study yourself and try to understand these concepts and try to understand what is the influence of other subject on that particular concept. So in that way you can join one subject to the another. Allows for dynamic planning and integration of current events or emerging topics. Example, lessons in digital citizenship as technology evolves. Collaboration and teamwork, the students and teachers learn collaboratively because they are working all together. Encourages interdisciplinary collaboration for deeper understanding. And example, collaborative learning projects where students draw on knowledge from various subjects. And next is development of critical thinking and problem solving skills. Prompts students to think critically and reflect on information within and among disciplines, and encourages higher order thinking. For example, solving a local community problem such as conserving water with knowledge of science, social studies and civic education. So this is a kind of integration of these science, social studies and civic education, and just to solve a problem that exists in a community, and any kind of conserving water with knowledge of science and social studies and civic education, just to solve any problem, community problem that exists in any community. So integrating these subjects, we can solve the community problem, that is for scarcity of water, and we want to prevent such kind of this conserving water, and we want to keep the water for future life, etc. Themes and big ideas. The curriculum is designed using large general themes that are not compartmentalized but rather connected topics. So general themes are organized in this curriculum, and these are not in a fragmented form, not in the compartmental form, but they all are joined and associated with each other. Themes stimulate thinking and connections between subjects. Example, a topic like sustainability combines ecology, economics and social responsibility. So when we are going to study the word sustainability, we combine ecology, economics and social responsibility, and integrating these all, we are studying this big idea. Reflective and continuous learning promotes reflexivity and self-evaluation to develop deeper learning and lifetime learning. Teaching and student assess about relationships and change through the process of learning. For example, journaling on what the students have learned from the interdisciplinary project. Equity and inclusivity. Respect and embraces diverse perspectives and experiences in the curriculum, because there is diversity in the classroom. So always respect the diversity, try to understand the other ideas, and give or enhance equity, that is participation of all. Ensure that all students' voices are represented and that students can participate meaningfully. That all students giving opportunity to participate in this curriculum, and voices of all students be given priority, and combined voices give a kind of one big voice, that is the solution of that particular problem. So this kind of curriculum is very helpful to develop the all-round personality of the students, because everyone is regarded, everyone is respected, everyone's views are respected and giving due regards. Example, incorporating global cultures and histories into a study on literature or geography. So, this global culture, that is different cultures that we have in universe, and histories into a study on literature or geography. So, these all are incorporated in integrated curriculum. The next point is advancing global and social consciousness. Dear learners, you know that when we are learning any subject, integrating with each other, so ultimately there will be a social consciousness and global consciousness. Because once study and integrating one's study to the another subject, that already span of that particular subject, and it helps students understand interconnected global challenges and their part in addressing them. Encourages empathy and ethical responsibilities. For example, projects on global citizenship combining geography, economics and ethics. So, just to understand the social consciousness, just to develop the global consciousness, we are studying the subjects combining with each other, and this geography, economics and ethics, these all combining to each other gives a kind of education that is essential for global citizenship. A collaborative curriculum is essential in modern day education as it allows people to learn with the complete real world in mind, and by integrating knowledge about different subjects, it enables students to understand the complex relationships and reflect real life. The following are some of the main reasons why such an approach is significant. See, why we are saying that the integrated approach is good for the students. There are few reasons I have mentioned here. Please go through these. Holistic approach of learning, no doubt, it helps the students to learn other subject also. It helps to understand the problem considering or taking the concepts of other subjects. So, it helps people connect concepts between disciplines, allowing them to understand more thoroughly, facilitates learners' sense of the big picture by bringing together knowledge from different fields. Second one is increases real world relevance, connects class based learning to the real world and the broader global issues. It equips students to tackle real problems and make decisions in complex interdisciplinary situations. Encourages critical thinking and problem solving. It helps the learner to analyze, synthesize and evaluate information from a variety of perspectives. It develops creative thinking, so learners can apply knowledge in many contexts. Another is engages and motivates learners, makes the subject matter more relevant, meaningful and interesting by focusing on relevant and real world themes and projects. It increases student involvement and participation as their interests are met as well as their experiences. Develops 21st century skills. It creates competencies in collaborating, communication, adaptability and creativity. It prepares students for careers in the future based on interdisciplinary knowledge and teamwork. It reduces fragmentation. It combines related topics from a variety of disciplines. Thus, there is no unnecessary repetition. It allows for a more efficient and integrated learning experiences. Fosters lifelong learning. It helps build a sense of curiosity and capacity to relate and apply what is learnt. It fosters learning habits of inquiry, exploration and self-directedness. It facilitates social and emotional learning, nurtures collaboration, empathy, and respect for diversity in opinions. It helps students work effectively in groups and value teamwork. So, this is about the concept of integrated curriculum. What are the specific feature of integrated curriculum and what kind of learning we could be able by applying integrated curriculum in our educational institutions, and a kind of learning that provides a interdisciplinary or multidisciplinary approach in a study of curriculum, in a study of different kind of subjects. So, it is wonderful to know that integrated curriculum is a kind of curriculum that connects one knowledge to another and combining the different subjects as a broader level curriculum. The learner tried to understand the problem of any real life situation. So, dear learners, I do hope and believe that you could be able to understand this conceptual framework of integrated curriculum, its specific features and its specific advantages that the integrated curriculum provides, and I do believe and hope that you will go through these all slides and you will try to understand this curriculum, and you will be happy to know that this kind of curriculum helps to develop holistic and balanced personality of the students. So, thank you very much for passing through these all learnings, and enjoy these learnings and be happy and be healthy. Thank you very much.